A stroke of a pen. Okay. A stroke of a pen in Texas, all women in Texas, Republican, Democrat, Independent, or anything else, became second-class citizens. The state has the right to look into your medical records. Didn't you read that in a little fine print? The state has the right to look into anybody's medical records. Okay? If you've ever had an abortion in the state of Texas, they can, in theory, arrest you. If you ever gone online, if you ever visited a Planned Parenthood, in theory, they could arrest you. Ooh. In theory, you don't have any rights. Period. Right. Doesn't make any difference any age you are. You don't have any rights. Period. Something like Nazi Germany, where at a stroke of a pen, all Jews were considered to be enemies of the state. It is said that all women who've ever been to a Planned Parenthood or similar counseling or what is classified as an enemy of the state. They can't do that, you say? This is America. Not in Texas it is anymore. Just like a stroke of a pen kept black Americans in Texas under still slaves until they were saying, hey, 2 years ago, Abe Lincoln freed you. Yes. If you happen to be a minority in Texas, woman, oh my goodness gracious me. It is almost as bad as having the religious right tell you where you can urinate in or where you can poop. If you are needing a medical procedures, it is up to the state to say you can get that or you cannot, because what they may believe is that your medical procedure, is really an abortion. So you will be denied medical procedures because they're afraid it might be an abortion. Oh, Adolf Hitler. Think about that. If you get raped in Texas, the rapist is the one. Prove it. If you report a rape, you're at fault. If you get pregnant, you're at fault. You have to come to terms no matter what. But her life is in line. Sorry. Doctors have to refer any female that they suspect wants an abortion to the state. Think about it. In Texas, as a woman, you just don't have any rights to anything. If you're a minority woman in Texas, you could even worse, considering who controls the Texas House. It is very likely that Republican there, male chauvinist pig, can basically says, oh, I'm sorry, you can't have a cancer screening because we suspect. Well, I suspect there'll be a lot of dead Republicans by the end of this year in Texas. And if I lived in Texas, there'd be a lot of dead Republicans by the end of the year. Hey, an 18-year-old girl who's pregnant, who has been raped, can walk into a gun shop and pick up an AK-47 or M14. And she doesn't have to be a good shot either. All she has to do is aim below the belt. Yep. But in Texas, basically it is. You don't have any rights. They may even say, well, to prevent you from having an abortion, they're going to take away your driver's license. So you can't drive to another state. They may say because of your pregnancy, you cannot go to Illinois, fly into Illinois, because you're pregnant and you may get an abortion. Think about it. You just not lost your right to travel. Oh no, you have no rights in Texas. You have no rights in Texas. Texas lawmakers tell you what you can do and what you can't do. You can't drive a car because you may go to another state for an abortion. Right. And that rapist who raped your daughter has more rights than your daughter does. But I still like the word knock knock at University of Texas. Knock knock. What's that? July 4th. July 4th? Yes. All those little Southern belles have now integrated their family. How's that? They're now mamas. Or is it mammies? Maybe the term should be, they are mammies. Wow. And think of this. The state can do it because the female no longer has any rights. The state can basically say women can't get into a field. Definitely, they're never going to go into the military service. I mean, to give a female a weapon is dangerous to the male. Oh, yes. Of course, I would agree. Give a Texas woman a firearm, and very likely she's going to kill her husband and other Republicans in the state. So she loses any right to have self-defense. I'm quite sure there's a whole set of thick books on that, taking away a woman's right to do anything. She'd be lucky she can go outside without a burqa on. Oh yeah! All Muslim women must wear burqas now? Because Islam is a male chauvinist pig religion. Did I say pig? I shouldn't say pig to a Muslim. But that's what they are. Tell me, how many other rights can they have? Maybe they will stop women going to school. That's where that would do it. Because they're in competition. You know, women who go to school are a lot smarter than the guys who go to school. So they're a threat to the males. And any kind of position, any kind of company, oh no, the women can't have those anymore, especially in Texas. Yep, that is interesting. It's a male-dominant state. They decide what a woman can do and can't do. They will decide if that woman can drive a car because she may be pregnant and go to another state. She may be even stopped from going on an airplane to, say, Illinois or New York or other free states. Oh, yes. They can say, well, no, you're not getting on there because you might. You can't take that. They may just say you can't take a vacation to Illinois or New York or Mexico or Canada because you might get an abortion, which is illegal. Oh, it's nice to know that Texas is leading the way into the 2nd century Hey, the Muslims got into the 7th century, leading the way. That's Texas.